All right. Let the people come. People showing up. Good. There she is, Grace Lee. I see her smiling from Canada. I love it.
Hi, Clint.
Hi. Wow, look at you. So great to have you on here. Wow, a lot of people popping in. Very nice. Very nice. Welcome, everybody, to our second Carnegie Hall webinar. It's very exciting. I see, wow, is that, that's Pete Romano I see there. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? Our second Carnegie Hall webinar. And Allie tells me that we have like almost half of the VIPs have sent in something for the bio. And I'm going to mute out everybody here and just everybody out. All right. Allie tells me that almost half of the people, and by the way, before I even jump into this, I want to talk about my costume, okay? I'm wearing a costume right now. I'm living this celebrity lifestyle. I'm in a resort. Let's see if you can see out the window. I'm at a resort. There's a nice pool out there. I took time out of my tanning schedule to be with you all here today. And naturally, I am wearing my bathrobe provided to me by the fabulous resort that I'm staying at. I have three costumes. I have three basic costumes. I believe at Carnegie Hall, you're only going to see basically one costume. You're only going to see the suit and tie costume. I don't think you'll see any other bathrobe costumes. My other main costume besides the bathrobe and the blue suit with the pink tie is my cool guy coach costume, which is the black t-shirt costume. Those are my three basic costumes. So if you ever hear of any situations where I'm in a compromised position and I'm not wearing one of those three costumes, you'll know it's fake. See, that's how you'll know it's fake, because I'm not wearing one of the right costumes. That's all I got. There's a half costume. If I happen to be wearing a Harvard t-shirt or a Harvard sweatshirt or a Harvard tie, if there's some kind of Harvard in the costume, that's an acceptable costume also. But that's a whole separate issue. These are my main costumes. So Allie was telling me that she received some, we requested two things from you guys. The first thing we requested was directory page. And here is Alicia Corey. She said that Alicia Corey did the best with the directory page of anyone. And I wanted to show, what'd you say, Allie? Okay, she says a handful of people did a good job on it, but most people did not. And what we asked you for the directory was a 1-page, 8.5 by 11, 1-page. That's what we asked you for. And this is what she sent. I'm going to pop it open. See?
And it's less about the page than it is to applying directory for name.
Okay, I get it. So first of all, this is what 1 page looks like. We've asked you all to do 1 page, not to send us a bunch of photos and a bunch of text and assume that we're going to assemble it for you. We can't. This is not a venue or an event where we can provide that kind of service to the number of people that are on here. You need to give us a page. And I'm not saying that it has to look like this. I'm really not saying it has to look like this. This is unique for her, and she did a great job for her. Yours is going to be yours. Can you go somewhere else? Thank you. Yours is going to be yours. Personally, I think this is very busy. Personally, I think that there's, too many words that are too small. Personally, I'm not a big fan of montages when it comes to photos. I feel like it actually decreases the impact of all the photos. But what I do like about this is that it is one page. It's easy to see whose page this is. The contact information is easily and clearly presented. There's a lot of credibility and there's good imagery. This is what I like about this. What else do we like about this? She actually followed the instructions about what it should say in the subject line. Listen, guys, I know you think it doesn't matter, but we literally have hundreds of people corresponding with us about this event, and there's a lot of details. Every single person who's participating in this event has a lot of details, especially you guys who are VIPs. We're providing a lot of service for you VIPs. You get to have a page in the directory. Some of you will be appearing in spotlight sessions where you get to talk. If we ask you for information, especially something so simple as this, directory and your name in quotes and Carnegie Hall, at least get this right, because Allie has so much stuff to deal with, so many details, not just for your details, but for Martha Stewart's details and Ice-T and Coco's details and Jerry from Ben, all these speakers. There's a lot of speakers at this event. Please get this piece right. Your name and then Carnegie Hall, so that when Allie searches through her emails, when she puts in directory Carnegie Hall, your stuff is going to pop up. If she does the search for directory Carnegie Hall and your stuff doesn't pop up, it may not get in the VIP book. And we've put together this VIP book because we want to deliver this value to you guys. So if you are a VIP and you're entitled to be in the book, please use the correct subject line in the email when you deliver your one page to Allie. Please, you have to deliver a page. How do you create a page like that? You go into Pages, or you go into Microsoft Word, whatever you want to do. You open up a document. You put a picture. Here's what I would put. I'm going to put a picture. Here's what I would put. I would put a picture. Boom. All right. Then I would trim the picture so that it doesn't take up, like it's not wasting space. Then I would brighten it up so it pops. Then this is a black and white page, so I would take out the color because you want to see how it's going to look in black and white. Okay, then what else would I put? I would put my name in all caps and make it big. Whoops. And then I would put my website. And my cell phone. Hey, I'm just putting my cell phone. I'm sure all your other coaches and mentors put their cell phones up on gigantic webinars like this one. So I'm not doing anything anybody else wouldn't do, but, right? And then I would put, like, what do I do? Transforming experts into celebrities in the eyes of customers and prospects. That's what I do. What else could I put on there? Well, I mean, one nice, easy, powerful thing to do, it would be like, as seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN, Today Show. Let's see if there's a logo that hits all of that. I do this all the time. So this one's pretty close. I haven't actually been on Fox News Channel. That's the problem with that. And I never want to put anything that's not true. So I think I would take this one. I've used many times. Okay. But I mean, I'm not like, I wouldn't do this project in 5 minutes. Okay. But you see what I've done, and mine is going to look kind of like this. Less is more. Having tons of words. I wouldn't only have this. I would have more. I think what I would put on here would be some testimonials, like the real thing, Dan Kennedy, media trainer to the stars, HLN, right? See what I'm doing here? The guy gets speaking gigs at Harvard and West Point, Wall Street Journal, gets advisors. See? Maybe make this a little smaller now. Guys, I'm telling you, like, people don't want to read. It's the biggest crime in the world. People don't want to read. I'm guilty of it too. Hey man, I didn't read the E-Myth. I listened to it. I don't know if I want you to tell him that, Grace Lee. I don't know if I want you to tell Michael Gerber I didn't read the book, but I did listen to it. I bought the Audible because people don't want to read. Now, part of it is because we have to wear glasses and it's not so easy to read anymore, or at least as we get older, we have to do that. You're still not there yet, Grace Lee. You're still a spring chicken. You are not needing glasses. But this is basically something that I would do. What else do I want? I definitely want my Today Show logo. Okay, the Today Show not only was the thing that helped me to quit drinking alcohol, it also was the crowning achievement of my career, as a television expert guest. Getting on the Today Show meant a lot to me and has made me a lot of money. But also, more than that, personally, for me personally, it was just the hugest thing. Because the day after I went on the Today Show, I woke up and I'd been drinking most of the night. I drank a lot of alcohol that day, but curiously, really couldn't catch a buzz. Maybe you know how that goes. And the next day I woke up and I said to Allie, well, I think I'm done drinking. And she wasn't really happy with that. She and I enjoyed drinking together. She was not happy about me quitting drinking. But I was so committed to it that I was able to make it happen. Fox Business logo. But being on this show was a big thing for me. I think I'll pick this black and white one because this is going to be black and white. Remember, guys, this work you're doing is going to be black and white. So might as well see what it looks like when it's black and white. Might as well design it in black and white. This is what's so great about Pages is you can really have a lot of power and control in what you're doing in Pages. See that? And then there's a couple more media citations I want to put on there for sure. I definitely want to put on New York Times logo. I mean, that's despite the fact that the New York Times is not what it once was, it still is something, right? So it still has a lot of legacy, a legacy value of credibility, despite the fact that it's not what I would consider to be the paper of record anymore. It still has a lot of credibility. And then also I have Wall Street Journal logo. Okay. That one. This is how I build this stuff. And I don't know if I said this on the last webinar, but recently I've been talking a lot about what I call selfie mastery. And that means I do everything myself. This is how, if you've ever seen any of my magazines that I give away when I'm marketing stuff, this is how I build my magazines, also in Apple Pages. There you go. That's my one. That's a page. This is more what I would suggest your page should look like. It's more what I would suggest your page looks like. You should also put in an email address because some people actually like email. Personally, me, I don't like email. I don't like email at all, but sometimes people like it. Okay, that's what a page should look like, I think, in the directory. Nice and easy. Now, what would be another thing that I could do instead of that Rolling Stones picture? Here's something that would probably be smarter, which would be Clint, business expert. All right, this is a good. This is a good Clint Arthur, business expert, Fox Business Channel. That's a good picture. This, you know, what I love about when I went on Fox Business Channel, they gave me this title, business expert. And what I really love about that is how versatile that was. All the credibility that I got from doing this and the versatility of the way they identified me, business expert. I was like, wow, that's very useful. How's that? See what I'm saying there? There you go. Now that's what these things should look like, guys. And I'm really stressing this. I just went through this whole process. Man, if I could have 100 pages like that in that book, I'd feel really good about that book. I want this book to be good. I want this book to be great. I want you all to get a lot of value out of this book, not just as the advertiser. See, this is my one-page ad in the book. Not only do I want you to get value out of it as the advertiser, I want you all to get value out of it as consumers of this content. See, content that's weak is going to make the whole book weak. Content that's nice and clean and concise and easy to just flip through and see who's who in the room. Now we're going to have something. So I really, really am hoping that you will all take a page out of my book. If I was you and I was going to have a page in this book, if I was you, it would look a lot like that. You get who I am, just like that. Does anybody have any questions on the one page? Hey, look, you know, this is why I'm going through this. If you,
oh, sorry.
I'll tell you what, if you guys have already sent in, okay, and you want to revise, okay, what you should do is you should send it in. What you should do is send it in like this. This is what I want. All right, directory, your name. Okay, it should be this. Copy. Directory, your name, final. Carnegie Hall. That, if you're gonna revise it, oh, I just sent it to Betty Norland only. Hold on. Let me send it to everybody. If you're gonna revise it, based on what I just did there, it should be your name final. Okay? This way, when we have multiples of you, we'll know to take the final one. The only thing I would do right now, I would change this font and make it a more, like, a font with more personality to it. So I would just pick a better font. There you go. Because I tell you what, I've been to a million conferences. I've been to a million conferences where I paid 5,000, 10,000, and you get these directories and the directories suck. And it's like work to read through the directories. and you can't really tell who anybody is because their bios all are like blah, 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 and they're worthless. And they don't really tell you in a glance who they are, what they do, and what they've accomplished in their life, like that does. That there's somebody. The vision of our events, guys, this event is part of this big vision of building a community of celebrity entrepreneurs, all of whom are somebody. And your job as a celebrity entrepreneur is to be able to immediately, instantly, easily, in a fun way, communicate to your customers, prospects, and peers that you are somebody. I want everybody to know who everybody is. And if all of these directory pages are all crowded and cramped and verbose and not clear, and by the way, if you did send it in like that, it's not your fault, because I don't think anybody's ever seen a page like this before. I just built this right now. This is like part of what I created Carnegie Hall to do, was to give me the pressure so that I could become a diamond. I'll tell you what, this right here is going to become a standard that you're going to see in these types of directories performed by a lot of people that's never been shown or demonstrated before. So don't feel bad that you haven't done it this way. I don't even think I've ever done it as good as that. But that's what you should have. Your name, your contact information, your title. See, I'm a celebrity entrepreneur. You're a breakthrough coach. You're a financial advisor. You're a holistic doctor. You're whatever you are. Then your contact information. Then what do you actually do? And then some quick little powerful testimonials. And then your media block, which Dan Kennedy said was de rigueur these days. Dan Kennedy said, basically, if you're anybody these days, you have to have a media block. It's like a baseline thing that you need to have. Now, maybe your media block is the Tim Ferriss podcast, the Dave Asprey podcast, Entrepreneur on Fire. Maybe it's more like new media oriented than mine. I don't know. Yeah, here's, okay, great. Whatever kind of credibility, instant, logo stuff that you have to show that you're somebody, put it up. And if you don't have it yet, start working on it. What else could I put on here? Well, another thing that I talk about, what's in the book? Did you read the book yet, Grace? I want to know. Did you read my book yet? Oh, you're in Canada. You don't have my book.
I don't have it yet.
You could have had it on the ebook. Did you look at the ebook?
Oh, I'll have to download it from your site. I got the membership site, so I'll download it then.
Okay, what she's talking about is when you enrolled, Allie sent you an email that says, welcome to Carnegie Hall. And there are 2 pieces of deliverables in there. There's the general admission deliverables. In the general admission deliverables is my ebook, Celebrity Entrepreneurship, which looks fantastic on a tablet. It's full of color photos. It's got big letters. It's designed for you to easily read it. Sandy read it. Okay, Sandy, you're just asking for a pop quiz. I'm really sorry to tell you. I'm going to hit you with a pop quiz here, and let me unmute you since you volunteered. All right. Let's see, Sandy. Delon read it twice. Oh, Delon wants to be in a pop quiz too. Okay, good. Oh, this is not. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these things. Sandy. All right, Sandy, you're unmuted, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. What else could I add on here, Sandy? You read my book.
I think you actually hit all the major points. I'm glad you changed the image.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I hit most of the major points, okay, because what I don't have on here, look, there's 5 parts of the book. I'm going to go through them one by one and we'll talk about it. Number 1 is being on TV. So I got that, right?
Yep.
Number 2 is VIP speaking. We don't really well, yeah, we do see that. The guy who gets advisors speaking gigs at Harvard and West Point. That's what I call VIP speaking, speaking in very important places. So I'm covering that. The third thing is what I had in my original photo, which was celebrity attachment, pictures of you with famous people. That's not handled in there, but that's okay. Number 4, what else is there?
What you do, what you're an expert at.
Okay, well, I've got that, transforming experts into celebrities in the eyes of customers and prospects. But from the book, there's 2 more pieces of the celebrity entrepreneurship formula, if you will, that are not here.
Good question. It's not popping into my head right at the moment. Can I cheat and go grab your book?
Hold on, Grace Lee's trying to help you here. All right, Grace Lee, what are you trying to help her with?
Okay, I have not read it, but I'd like to take a guess. Is one of those elements a call to action?
No.
Is that a call to action? Okay.
No, it's not. That's a good guess.
Okay.
I don't believe in a call to action because celebrities don't sell.
But aren't you selling on you?
Yeah. But Leon got it because Leon was at Celebrity Launchpad this weekend. And
awards.
Awards. Okay. Awards is definitely a good one. So what I could put in here is GKIC Info Marketer of the Year Award. Let's see where that looks like. GKIC. Oh, I know where it is. This is what I'm going to do. Where would I find that? It's going to be on clintarthur.tv because I use my awards on my website. And here's my celebrity attachment photos. Here's my testimonials. And then here's winner, Dan Kennedy's award. That's that one. Boom. Okay, and I will desaturate that and I will brighten it up. Okay, and then I have another award that I recently got somebody to give me. And that award is this, the IARFC Highest Rated Speaker Award. I'm going to put that one on there. Now, what's happening is I'm having a problem with this one because it's bigger, it's wider than the other one. One of these things is not like the other one. It's wider than the other one. So I'm just going to turn off its positioning. All right, I'm going to turn off the positioning on this. All right, now I'm still centered. Ideally, what I would do is I would rework this award to make it more like this size so it would be even on the page. There's the awards. And then the last thing would be books, right? So what else could we do? The reason why you write books these days is not for selling books. A lot of times it is for the positioning. So I'm going to say #1 best-selling author of celebrity entrepreneurship. And I put that up there so that you know that I am an expert at celebrity entrepreneurship. Betty Norland. All right, good. But Heather Havenwood has a good question. I do not have awards. Where can I start to plan or apply for an award? Do you put the book on a one sheet? Well, I put the book on the one sheet like that. Sharon Wyeth has not gotten a book, Allie. It's been sent out. They do take a while. How long ago did you send it out? A week? It takes longer than a week. Yeah, she only joined a week ago, but they take longer than a week. It's a print-on-demand hardcover book. Takes some time. Okay, that's more along the lines of what I want to see in the book. Okay, guys? Any other questions? Ask Clint for an award. Yeah, I do. I'm not providing awards at this event, but I do provide awards at Harvard. If you guys want to come to Harvard, we have Dr. Oz at the Harvard Club of Boston this year. And you get a photo with Dr. Oz. And an award and a chapter in our best-selling book, making you a best-selling author. And you get to speak at Dr. Oz, making you a VIP speaker. You get to speak at the Harvard Club of Boston and get a video of you speaking at the Harvard Club of Boston, making you a VIP speaker. All of that delivered. Phone number, highly recommended. Only if you want to make sales. Only if you want people who need what you do to be able to call you. What I like is to be able to make it easy for people to give me money. If somebody wants to give me money, I want them to have a variety of response mechanisms. I want them to be able to call me. I want them to be able to email me if they prefer that antiquated, lousy way of communication. If they want that, they can email me. Hopefully I'll get it. If they want to text me, that's my cell. You can text me. The deadline was today. I'm extending the deadline for 48 hours. I really suggest you do it today. I really suggest after this webinar, you give it your best shot. Spend a couple hours to make a page. What, Clint? A couple hours to make one page? Really? Yeah, a couple hours. I mean, I could do it fast, but that's because I'm me. And I do this kind of stuff all the time. It's going to take a regular person a couple of hours to do a good page. And then sit on it and think about it. Look at it again tomorrow. That's what I really think. And call it final. Rolling on the floor, laughing my butt off. Yes, only if you want sales. Exactly. That's exactly right. Leon did his yesterday in 2 hours. Yeah, Leon just came out of Celebrity Launchpad. He's got his was awesome. Send it to me. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. No, where is it? You texted it to me? Email it to me right now. Here we go. See, I just have a photo of you. I have Randy Tarrants. I have Will Nobles. I don't see it, Allie. Are you texting it to me or are you putting it in the chat? What are you doing? It won't go in the chat. Text it to me, please. These are the kind of pretty pictures she sends me from the pool. They like it. They like it. That's why we have them. They like that, and no wonder they like Coco. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I'm going to open this with preview and take a look. What's here? There we go. Yeah, Leon G. Very nice. Great job, Leon G. That looks awesome. That looks really awesome. I mean, doesn't it? Grace Lee, do you like it?
Yes, I do. It's very impactful, I would say.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
impactful. You can, like, you look at it and you're like, oh, wow, he looks like a nice guy. He looks like he's got some authority. We see what he's doing. He's talking about thriving in your life. Okay, you know what? The only thing is, I wouldn't put the mailing address. Like, now look, why wouldn't I put the mailing address? Well, because there's no status on that mailing address. I'm not looking at that and thinking, oh, wow. See, my mailing address is 350 Fifth Avenue, New York City. That's the Empire State Building, in case you didn't know. That's a different kind of address. My address actually has status. If you had an address that said like 100 Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, California, 90210, that would have status. And, you know, you can have an address like that. People do. Okay? You could have, you know, if your address has some, if your mailing address has some status, then by all means do it. But if it doesn't have status, why would you put it? The whole purpose of this is to only put great stuff. Good job, though, Leon. Very, very nice. You said somebody else was good, Allie? Zero, William Zero. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, it is. Now, unfortunately, look, here's the problem with this. It's in the wrong format. It's got to be portrait mode, not landscape mode. So I would ask you to please redo this one. Is he on?
No, I don't see it. Everyone else is, but I don't see it. I already emailed it.
Yeah. I ask you to please redo it in portrait mode, and keep in mind that this is a black and white thing. So when we convert this to black and white, I'll call it gray tone. Let's take a look. See how it looks. It's going to look different. Oh, man. Okay. See how that looks now. See, it is a lot different in black and white. Still good. But, you know, it's not going to have the same impact as it does in color. Still good, though. Very good. All right. All right. That's my take on that. So look, you guys, I don't know if you go to a lot of conferences where they're asking you for this stuff. I'm going to conferences all the time where they're asking me for this stuff. I'm constantly having to send out bio, headshot, one sheets, all this stuff. You got to get good at making this stuff. This is stuff that you need as a celebrity entrepreneur. And to have to hire somebody to do this for you time after time after time. Hey, you can't hire somebody to turn this stuff around for you. And no one knows how to do this stuff as good as I just created for you. Now you guys are trained on how to do this better than anybody. So just keep it simple. Less is more. Keep it impactful as you can make it. All right, good. Now what I want to go into is questions. Allie, did you assemble that whole list of questions for me? Email it to me, please. So far, we've received some good questions, and I'm hoping I'm going to get more. Okay. You know, I have very specific questions that I want to ask. And since I'm the one who's paying them all this money, I'm going to ask my questions to Martha Stewart, right? I paid her a lot of money. I think you'll get a lot of value out of my questions, but I will say that my questions are kind of high level. You know, like, what is the secret to getting a New York Times best-selling book? Since she's had 94 of them. Yes, I got it. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. These are like, what I'm going to have to do is because what I want to do is I want to get feedback on these and get votes on who wants what questions, because I want to crowdsource these questions. So we got Martha questions. First, I'm going to go through Martha questions. It's really interesting how, you know, you ask for stuff, you ask for people to participate, how few people actually participate. Because look, we only have a few sets of questions. Looks like only like 3 or 5 people, Allie. There's only like 3 or 5 people who sent in questions. 5 people. See that? So when, you know, the question that I got earlier from Heather Havenwood was, how do you win awards? Well, first you apply for awards, because the reality of the situation is that very few people do. Very few people participate or try or do anything. And that's why Woody Allen says 80% of success is just showing up. I mean, if the competition was closed today, and by the way, we have a whole film festival associated with this event. It's called the Greatest Show of All Time Film Festival, which I'm using to promote my radio show and this event. And I can't tell you how few people actually submitted their films for consideration to win an award presented to them at Carnegie Hall in New York City. It's shocking. Shocking how few people actually submitted. And when I go through this question, you know, I said, send me your questions for Carnegie Hall for Martha Stewart. And I have a total of I have 3 people who submitted questions for Martha Stewart. And of those 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions total of the hundreds of people who are in this program. So how do you win awards? You apply. Yeah. This question, I'm gonna basically ask this question myself. Well, these are the questions. What is the craziest beauty secret that you use that works? What is the greatest transformational breakthrough that brought success? What was your greatest fear in business that you overcame? What was your greatest advice on creating your signature look or brand? What are the trends in natural health and healing today? What are the most fascinating things you have discovered about natural health and healing? I'll tell you what's wrong with those questions. And I know why you're asking these questions. You're asking these questions because you're a natural health and healing person, whoever asked this question, and you want to have them say something, but it's not asked the correct way. This one is more along the lines, what do you do to naturally recharge your energy, your attitude, your health? That's more along the lines. How do you manage your time to get your 5 a.m. walks in? And how did you get into your routine? Oh, that sounds like a question that actually knows what it's talking about. Who asked that question? Who's the person? Type your name in the chat if you're the person who asked that one. Betty Norland? Okay, unmute yourself, Betty. Are you there?
I am.
Okay, good. Do you know for sure that that's a real thing, that she wakes up at 5 a.m. to walk and get in her routine?
I searched on the internet for fun and fascinating facts about Martha Stewart. I forget what the resource was, but it said when she's in her home in Maine that she gets up at 5 a.m. And if you're a visitor, it's mandatory that you join her. So the only thing I know is what the internet told me.
Okay. How do you manage your time to get your 5 a.m. walks in, and how did you get into your routine? That's a very good question. That sounds like it's a question that is really about her. Why do you care about that?
Because for anybody, me included, as well as my brand, I'm trying to help people to change routines, to get into healthier habits, to figure out how to overcome the challenges that hold them back.
Fantastic. Let me repeat what I heard her say. I feel like I'm in couples therapy right now. What I think I heard you say is that because I help people to change their habits, I want to talk about her healthy habits and how to get in good habits. Is that basically it?
Yes.
Very good. Now, guys, this is exactly what this event is all about. This question right here and this example right here. This is what I call celebrity storytelling. Celebrity storytelling. Now, the question is going to happen for Betty Norland. Betty Norland is going to be at a conference, and she's going to have some marketing materials that involve her photo with Martha Stewart. Or somebody's going to go to her website, and they're going to call her and say, hey, Betty, I'm really interested in possibly working with you. I was just wondering, how did you meet Martha Stewart? And you're going to say, oh, we were both at a conference together at Carnegie Hall. And, you know, the question was, how she manages to get her 5 a.m. walks in and how she got in that routine. That was my question for her. And she told me blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I work with a lot of my clients on shifting their routines and getting into good habits. And I call this the Martha Stewart strategy.
I like that.
Okay? If all you get from this event is that, first of all, you guys, if all you get from this event and all these webinar trainings that we're going to do is this one concept, celebrity storytelling. This is an original marketing concept that nobody uses. I invented it. I'm deploying it uniquely in the marketplace. Now, you just saw Betty Norland getting a customized celebrity story, created and crafted by me right there. If all you get from this whole thing is the understanding of how to create celebrity stories like that, and to use celebrities to handle objections in advance, to create teaching points so that your clients really get what you're trying to teach them, because now it's been celebritized and has added excitement to it, rather than just being, now my first principle of success is to get up at 5 a.m. And we do this because we need to change the patterns. Which is better, my first principle of success or the Martha Stewart strategy? Which one's going to have more impact? Which one's going to cut through the clutter? Which one's actually going to be heard? This is called celebrity storytelling. And I want you to all understand how to use it, how to create these stories like I just did right there. And hopefully we're going to get more questions like that for everybody. Now, I like I told you guys, here's one of the questions I'm going to ask Martha. What kind of roof do you have on your home? I got a lot of roofers who work in the roofing industry who are great clients of mine, like Tony Silva, who's on this thing. And I want Tony Silva to be able to say, not that he actually does sales calls anymore, but if he was on a sales call, I want him to be able to say, and the other roofers who are coming to this, like, let's see who's here, who's a roofer. I'm just scrolling down. Olga, for example. I don't know if Olga goes on sales calls either. Let's see. Hello, my darling. Do you go on sales calls still, Olga? Talk. I have you unmuted. Come on, I can't hear you. Talk. Come on, Olga. I don't hear you. Oh, she must have a PC.
I'm talking.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Okay, I think I have my mic off and I just needed to.
Okay, so who does the selling in your company?
Well, we don't really do a lot of selling. We kind of have the people coming to us, so we don't really do a lot of sales.
Well, I mean, when you go there with a proposal, they have to sign, right?
Yes. It depends. Sometimes, most of the time, Oleg. Most of the time, Oleg, yeah.
Oleg gets them to sign?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want Oleg to be able to say, yeah, I love how, yeah, celebrities don't sell. I understand celebrities don't sell. However, with all of that said, even when people are calling you up and saying, hey, I need you, I want you, come and take my money, you still need them to sign. That's a sale. Because it's not 100%. Sometimes you go and they don't sign, right? Olga?
Well, yeah, I guess,
Sometimes, occasionally, I mean, when you have such a great product and service that you do, and you have such a charming salesman like Oleg, or you, right? Of course, they're gonna sign, but not every single time. Sometimes they don't sign, right?
Very rare, but most of the time we.
Very rare. Okay, great. All I'm saying is that's a sale. They sell roofs. They repair storm damaged roofs, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Now, part of your close is going to be, when we find out what kind of roof she has, hopefully it will be a common type of a roof. And really, and part of your close is going to be henceforth. I recently was at a conference with Martha Stewart. And did you know that she has the same exact roof as you? Yeah, it's true. Now, only say that if it is true. I don't know what kind of roof she has. We'll find out.
She'll ask you which property, which house.
Yeah. I'll say, well, tell me a couple of them. Which roofs do you have, right? What kind of roofs do you have? And she'll be like, why do you care what roof I have? And I'll say, well, I'm curious about how someone as successful as you, like what goes into the whole process of keeping a roof over your head? Because you're a person like everybody else. You got to have a roof over your head, right? So what kind of roof do
Right.
you have? You have a house in Connecticut, right? What kind of roof is in Connecticut? You have another house in Maine. What do you have in Maine? Then we'll have two. Okay?
Yep.
And then you'll be able to say, look, Mrs. Prospect, as a matter of fact, I happen to know for sure because I met her at Carnegie Hall in New York City at a conference recently, that Martha Stewart has the same roof as you. What, they're not going to sign after that? Of course they're going to sign.
Oh, they will. No.
Okay, good.
People like it. You know, I had a whole bunch of people calling after the Harvard event. Everybody were like, "Whoa, that's our service provider. This is who we're dealing with." So a lot of clients were like, "You're a celebrity." I'm like, "Well, yeah." So it was really good. I had a huge, number of clients responding and coming back on that. So with Martha Stewart, I think it will be even better.
Good. Well, look, let me say this about that. When they ask you, are you a celebrity, right? Or when they say you're a celebrity, I want to talk about this first. This is a very important thing. I wasn't really planning on getting into this on this webinar, but let's get into this for a second. Yes, that's a great question. Catrice wants to know, does she drink coffee or tea in the morning as a ritual, and how does she keep her teeth white? That's a great question. You know why? Because every single one of us is one day going to find ourselves in a client meeting or a prospect meeting over a cup of coffee. And every one of us is going to be able to use that question at a Starbucks or at a breakfast when there's a lull in the conversation. And you're going to say, how's your coffee? And they're going to say, oh, it's pretty good. And you say, I asked Martha Stewart if she drinks coffee. She drinks coffee every day. And I was wondering, because her teeth are beautiful, how she kept them white. I don't know if you care about white teeth or not, but Martha Stewart says she uses a mixture of strawberries and baking soda as a toothpaste whitener, a natural remedy. See? I don't know if that's what she's going to say. But every one of us will be able to use that and here's the thing. What prospect in their right mind is going to think that that's marketing? Not one of them is going to know that what you're doing there is you are establishing your celebrity attachment to Martha Stewart, that you are raising your status with celebrity attachment, that you are using celebrity marketing techniques on them. Not one prospect is going to recognize that that was a marketing tool that you just did on them. Not one. That's celebrity storytelling. I'm going to type this in the chat and put it in the chat in all caps because I know Tamisa says that is cool. Good. If you're not getting it yet, it's okay, because what I'm talking about is a different thing than you've ever been taught before. Celebrity storytelling as a marketing technique. That's what that is, what I just did there. Wait, Clint, so you're telling me that me just talking about Martha Stewart drinking coffee is marketing? I don't get it. I know that some of you are thinking that, and that's okay. Yes, you talking about Martha Stewart drinking a cup of coffee is marketing. Why? Because, hey, when I met Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall, the question came up about her drinking coffee. And she says she loves Starbucks. Here we are at Starbucks. You know who happens to love Starbucks? I met Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall a couple of months ago. And the question came up about coffee, and she says she loves Starbucks. You're saying that that's marketing, Clint? Yes, that's marketing. That's 100% the best marketing you could possibly do. Right there. Yeah, but what does that have to do with my product? Nothing. That's why it's the best marketing. You're not selling your product. You're selling you as a high status person. You're selling you as a mover and a shaker. You're selling you as a friend of people who are somebody. Yeah, but that doesn't talk about the product benefits. That doesn't talk about the price. It doesn't talk about my guarantee. None of that. Exactly. Because your product benefits are the exact same as the next guy's product benefits. Your price is the exact same as the next guy's price. Your guarantee is the same as the next guy's guarantee. Or very close in any one of those categories. The only thing that's different between you and the next guy is you. Great question. Let's all give a hand to Dr. Patrice Austin for this question. Do you drink coffee or tea in the morning as a ritual, and how do you keep your teeth white? I know you wanted to get to the teeth whitening because you're a dentist specializing in teeth whitening, Patrice. I appreciate that. That's fine. I'm going to ask her, what kind of coffee do you like? Do you drink coffee or tea in the morning? What's your favorite? And how do you keep your teeth white? I'm very interested in that. You know why? Because one of the things that I really honestly believe and that I teach all of my Celebrity Launchpad clients and a lot of my speaking clients, I really preach teeth whitening. I did on the last webinar, wasn't I talking about teeth whitening a lot? I know I did in the Elite webinar. For me, I'm personally very fascinated by teeth whitening. I think it's really important. I want to know, how does she keep her teeth white? Great question. And I think every single one of you, on a personal level, as a celebrity entrepreneur, as a person who is wanting to be more successful in the eyes of customers and prospects, as somebody special, I'm telling you, having whiter teeth will help you. Let's see your teeth, Grace Lee. Beautiful. They look good. Who's this right here? I just unmuted you. I'm sorry. What is your name? I just unmuted you.
Lisa?
Lisa Call.
Call.
Wow.
Hi.
I don't know you. Where did you come from?
I've been here all along. I'm in California. I know Dave Nasani from Toastmasters.
You came through Nasani. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Great to meet you. Great to meet you. You look like you have nice white teeth also. So
thank you.
What do you do to keep your teeth white, Lisa Call?
I'm from the Colgate generation. I just brush them in the morning and brush them in the evening and try to eat well.
2 times a day. Do you floss also?
I'm really bad about flossing. I don't.
Okay, but you brush every day, twice a day?
Yes.
Every day?
Every day, yes.
I got to tell you, a lot of the people that I've met over the years who had really nice teeth, they say, I just brush 2-3 times a day.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to take business away from Dr. Patrice, but I am saying that a lot of the people that I meet, say that they brush 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What's so great about this question is how common it's going to be. Everybody drinks coffee. Everybody has teeth. What we're looking for is stuff that we can talk about to everybody who's a prospect and make it seem like it's relevant to them. The key to everything in marketing is relevance. You see ads, right? It's President's Day. President's Day sale. Buy 3 tires at Sears and get the 4th one free. You can do that because it's President's Day and it seems like it's relevant. The whole key to marketing is to make the marketing messages seem like they are relevant to the audience. If it doesn't seem like it's relevant, then what do they call it? It begins with an S. Spam, that's right. If it's not relevant, then it's spam. Yeah. Heather Havenwood wants you to private message her, Catrice. Who is the dentist here? Please DM me. Yes. Heather Havenwood, yes. I love this question. What do you do for teeth whitening? I do not know which one to do. All right. What are your Thanksgiving customs and recipes? Yes, that's good. You know, that's a good question. I'm going to add to that. I'm going to say, what is your favorite holiday tradition? How's that? I think that's a good one. All right, now this question is a very good one from Melinda Stallings. Yes, very nice. I'm going to take this one here because I know all of us want to know. Basically, this question is about overcoming adversity and life's challenges, right? Everybody's got to know that from Martha. And by the way, everybody should watch on YouTube Martha Stewart roasting Justin Bieber. It is freaking hysterical. Okay, have you seen it, Grace Lee? It is the best. And I'm not going to take the time because it's a 5-minute thing. But if you don't love Martha Stewart after that, then you got a heart of stone, because she just tackles every one of the issues that are so difficult about her. But this is the question. When you encounter major challenges, do you have a positive mindset practice to keep you pushing through? How important is a positive mindset to you and your monumental success in your life? That's really what it is. How important is a positive mindset to you and your monumental success in your life? That's a great question. Every one of us is going to be able to use that question. Look, Mrs. Prospect, I know that it's very challenging. Your circumstances are very challenging right now. I know money is tight. I know the economy sucks. I know you just had your house wiped out in a storm and your husband was killed and blah, 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 blah. I know it's tough right now. But you're not the first and only person to ever have to deal with difficult situations. In fact, a couple of months ago, I was talking to Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall in New York City. We were both at a conference. And the question was, how important is positive mindset? And I know from Miss Prospect, from where you're sitting right now, it looks like it's impossible for you to have a positive mindset. But look at Martha Stewart. I mean, the lady was in prison. She went from the top of the heap to being in prison, and she came out and she told me, now you're in the audience. She's not going to say it one-to-one to you, Lisa Call. She's not. But she's going to tell you in the audience, she's going to tell you that the key to coming out of prison and becoming a billionaire again was entirely positive mindset, or whatever she's going to say. I don't know what she's going to say. Whatever she says, that's the story that you're going to be able to use with a client or a prospect who says, I don't have the money. Gee, anybody ever hear that objection before? I don't have the money. That's the biggest lie of them all. This might be a great way for us all to overcome that objection. Hey, I know times are tough. The economy sucks. Money is tight. But when I was talking with Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall, and I know you're thinking, well, but how do I say I was talking to Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall? When you step up to get your photo with Martha Stewart, you're going to say, hi, Martha. Great to see you. I love you. And she's going to say, oh, thank you. That's you talking to Martha Stewart. I talked to Martha Stewart when I met her at Carnegie Hall. The question came up, and she told me that the key for her to come back when she was at her lowest, the key was having a positive attitude, acting in faith, taking action in faith. And I know you don't have the money, but you have a credit card. What's the credit card for? See? Does this make sense, Lisa? Yeah? Good.
How did you know I was thinking that?
I'm looking at you. You're on my screen right here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. How did I know you were thinking what?
Well, I was just thinking that about her being in jail, and really my question would be, how did she deal with being in jail? That's what I want to know.
Look, every one of us wants to know how. Look, this is the way I'm going to ask the question. This is how I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to say, look, we all know that some people go into difficult situations and don't survive.
Yeah.
You, Martha, went into a horrible, difficult situation, and now you've come out and you're bigger and better than ever. What was the key to turning that? First of all, what was the key to surviving that trial? And then second of all, and when I say a trial, the trials of life, what was the key of surviving that trial of life? And then what was the key to coming out and not letting it hold you back, but using it as power?
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of question I'm going to ask her.
Yeah.
And that's going to answer it all. And I really want to know. See, you guys are lucky. I'm a very curious person. I'm a very successful person, and I'm going to ask all kinds of questions of all of these celebrities that you're going to want to know the answers to, because you know why? I've got the most skin in the game. That's why. Because I'm the one who's paying every single one of them all the money. You guys are paying a couple $1,000s. I'm paying all the money. So I want my freaking questions answered. And whoever's got the skin in the game, that's why nobody's got a free ticket to this event. Nobody. Because if you don't have skin in the game, you don't get anything out of it. And anybody who I've wanted to help, I've said, hey, look, I really want to help you. I will sell you a ticket at the best possible price, but you got to have skin in the game to be at this conference, or else why are you even coming?
So,
Yeah.
Clint, this is
Yeah.
Jerry. I am very curious. I'd like to know what she's doing to continue to support and help the women that she was in prison with. What's she doing to give a hand up to some of those women that are really struggling?
Okay, I'll put that on there because we're going to vote on these questions. How are you supporting your homegirls in cell block D? I think that's the way she, like when she was on the Justin Bieber thing, she goes, first of all, I want to give a shout out to all my homegirls in cell block D. God bless her. I mean, what a great line that was. All right, but that's the question. How are you supporting your homegirls is back in cell block D?
Also, how did she get the gig with, what's the guy, who is it that she, Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg.
How'd she come up with that?
How does she hook up with my main man Snoop? That's the question. That's a good question. You know, I think that falls under the category of, you know, celebrities hang out with other celebrities, but that's a great question. How did you hook up with my main man Snoop? That's a great question. I really like that.
You may want to use a different word than hook up. Just say.
No. How'd you get hooked up? How about that? How did you get hooked up? How did you get hooked up with my main man Snoop? Good. All right, Cinderella. Who is Cinderella? Cinderella's question is, I'm a mom. Barb. Oh, Barb is Cinderella.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Barb was Cinderella. I had no idea. I thought, is she? I thought Barb would be like. Does Barb look like Cinderella?
Of course she does.
That's what she looks like? That's what it is. Okay, cool. All right. Barb says, I'm a mom and a woman in a male-dominated industry. What is one piece of advice you could give me to help me move everything ahead in a positive direction? Okay. I kind of like that. Dr. Christine Ott wants to know why she was targeted when so many other people did the same thing and were not charged, and whether it was related to being female. Look, you know who charged her? Grace, you don't know who charged her, do you? You don't know who prosecuted her.
Just call me.
Comey.
Yep.
It was the super patriot himself. Yeah. He's the one who put her behind bars. So I'm trying to keep this whole thing non-political. I think that's the best strategy, is to try to keep politics out of this weekend so we don't have people's heads exploding in Carnegie Hall. But, you know, so that's why, yeah, amen to that. Yeah, I don't want to have all the questions. Like, I'm just going to have basically, I really want to have just one question related to her time that she did. And I think that the real piece that we all need to know and what we can all benefit the most from is, you know, having to do with bouncing back from adversity. How did you decide on your career path? Did you always have a vision of where you wanted to be or what you wanted to do? That's good, because, you know, to me, I like that one. Thank you, Dr. Grace Lee. Very nice. Good job, Dr. Grace Lee.
She sent me that one too.
I like that. I want to know that question. Did you always have a vision of where you wanted to be or what you wanted to do? How important is it to have a clear vision?
Yeah, because that's what I'm all about, is being a visionary.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's my message, is being the visionary.
Well, you better hope she says yes. How important is it to have a clear vision of where you want to go, right? Good. Melinda Stallings had that written down too. She likes it a lot. Did you know? Good. Yeah. Oh, this Pete Romano's question is interesting here. What are the biggest differences and similarities between Martha Stewart, the celebrity, and Martha Stewart, the person before celebrity? That, you know, that's a very interesting question. And that really is a question for all of us celebrity entrepreneurs. The question really is are you the same person?
Right. Like, do you like yourself now more? Do you not like yourself now more? Do you notice a difference? Do you feel like the same person?
Yeah.
The same person?
Yeah. Are you the same person? I think she's going to be the same person. I do like the question a lot, Pete.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, thank you. Good job. Are you the same person? This is really about, are you the same person, or does celebrity change you? Right? Yeah. Or does celebrity change you? That's great to know. That's really great. That's really, really great. Does celebrity change you? Because, you know, what I'm saying is, for all of you guys, You really want to have more impact, influence, and income, you got to be a celebrity in the eyes of your customers and prospects. Does that make sense? It's got to make sense, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to be a celebrity. Like, I'm not all about that. I don't need that. I'm good with that. I'm good how I am. I'm good with me, you know. Hey, I'm saying celebrity, you know, I asked Martha Stewart about that very thing. I said, is she any different now that she's the biggest star in the world than she was when she was nobody? Celebrity doesn't change you. It only gives you more power. I want to know the answer to that question. That's fantastic. That's going to be very useful to me. And you know, people are going to say to you, this is really what it's all about. This goes right to Olga, what I was talking about with Olga a little while ago. Olga said, wow, we've had a lot of response to people seeing my video of my speech at Harvard. They're saying, oh, you're a big celebrity now. And you know what you say when they say that to you? You go, honestly, I'm really just the same girl who grew up in the Baltics. In fact, I was talking about it with Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall, and she says she is exactly the same person she was when she was just a farm girl or whatever she was. So, you know, I'm never going to change. If Martha Stewart didn't change, you know that me, Olga, is never going to change. See that? Like, they're like, oh, you're such a huge celebrity. And what do? You use it as a wedge to insert even more celebrity. Oh, man, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Good. Where are we? 6:30? Is it 6:30? Yep. While claiming you're the same. Yeah. I'm a half hour over. Okay, look. This has been a lot of fun. You see, I love this stuff, right? I really love this stuff. And these have been great questions, all right? I'm going to pick out the best one of these, and I'm going to send them to her because it's time for me. Like, CAA is already asking me for the questions. CAA is already sweating me for these questions. It's such a big deal. You have no idea. She's enormous. So thank you, everybody. This is really great. On the next, okay, so for next week, here's my assignment for all of you guys. And I hope this, look, what was this whole thing about? We accomplished a couple of things in this training. Number one, I showed you about design, layout, and copywriting of your one page, right? That's number one. That's what we did here. Number two, we talked about the mindset of celebrity storytelling, right? I talked about how all these questions here are going to be transformed into marketing ammunition for each of you that will go right under the radar of every single person who you're marketing to, because they don't get that what we're really marketing is you. We're not marketing the products. We're not marketing the services, because all products and services are equally high quality today, or else they don't exist. They're out of business. We're not marketing the quality of the products or services. We're marketing you. And when you start telling these celebrity stories, like I'm teaching you, and don't worry if you don't get it yet, I'll be doing more of this. Next week, we're going to do more questions. We're going to go into the iced tea and cocoa questions. So do your research on iced tea and cocoa and send your questions into Allie, or have them ready for next week. And we'll do more of this celebrity storytelling technique that I have created that nobody knows about, that only you guys are going to be trained on, and that you'll be deploying with unique power in the marketplace, because nobody has this stuff. And then we also talked about the importance of following directions. Please, 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 especially when you are participating in an event of ours, all right? Let me just say, my dear, sweet wife, Allie, who works hard to give you guys the great events that you want. She produces all these events, and she's handling a million details and hundreds of people right now. And we don't have a staff because we don't want a staff, because a staff just can't do it. They don't care, and they don't have the abilities and experience to handle this magnitude of details the way Allie does. Please help us by making it easy for her to find what you're sending. Okay? Please follow the instructions in the email where she gives you the wording. And now you're going to send the wording that's going to be, nope, that's not it. It's going to be Carnegie Hall, your name directory. I'm sorry. Here it is. Directory, your name, Carnegie Hall. I'm putting it in again in the chat. Directory, your name, Carnegie Hall. That's what the subject line has to look like. Directory, your name, Carnegie Hall. If you've already sent it, and as a result of this demonstration that I did here, want to revise it, then you're going to put in, then you're going to put in directory, your name, final, Carnegie Hall. And we need all of this stuff finalized in the next 48 hours. Do yourself a huge favor and knock it out tonight. All right? Next week, we're going to do questions for iced tea and cocoa. We're going to do more work on how do you make money as a celebrity? How is this event going to transform you? How is it actually going to work for you that it's going to transform you? And by the way, if you want to bring a friend, if you have any friends that you want to bring to this, okay, we no longer have VIPs available for you to bring friends. If you want to bring a friend, the regular bring a friend ticket price for anybody who's enrolled here is $500. If you want to bring a friend, please text me or Allie. I'll put my cell phone again. Bring a friend is $500. Okay? And there you go. If you care about anybody, the Bring a Friend includes the full general admission package. They get my book, training materials, etc. They get Hal Elrod's book and training, The Miracle Equation. They get Steve Larson's training on offers and who to market to, your core offer masterclass. That in itself is a $2,000 value. And they're going to get the 3-day experience at this event that will be amazing. If you have a kid who is showing or exhibiting signs of possibly becoming a good entrepreneur, you should bring them. If you have a brother-in-law who's always talking about wanting to be an entrepreneur, you should say, hey, look, I'm going to a high-level entrepreneur conference. I can bring a friend for $500. Do you want to buy my bring a friend ticket for $500? Because I'm not going to pay for you. You got to have skin in the game. Do you want that? If you have a partner in a business that you're doing, or if you have people that you want to impress, because you're going to be a VIP and you're going to be getting the photos with these people, and they're going to be seeing you as a higher status participant at this event, bring them. Text me as soon as possible if you want to do the Bring a Friend, okay? There will be a replay of this emailed out later tonight, and I'll look forward to seeing you all on next week's webinar, all right? Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night. Before you know it, I'll be seeing you at Carnegie Hall. Good night, everybody.